RTV at realtourvision.com. My name is Chad, and in this video, we're going to be going over email templates and snippets inside of the CRM. Now, to get here, open up and log into your CRM, go to Marketing, Emails, and Templates. And then right up here, you also have the snippets. So what are the email templates used for? They are something you would use for your email campaigns. You could have them inside of your automations, and these would be aspects for essentially marketing yourself or automated marketing. So they're a great asset to have, and your account comes preloaded with a variety of templates that were made for yourself to edit and modify to your liking. Let's go ahead and open up one of these to start. Now inside of here, you can see where you can rename the template. You can click on different aspects to change the items that you see, whether it's text or images, and even the colors as well. Now, to start off, I just wanted to show you what these look like. You can interact and change anything you would like about these, but for our demonstration, we're going to go back to the template section and create and edit a different one. So right up here, we have the new, and you're going to see there is blank template. I do not recommend using this for first timers, especially if you want to learn what the different variables are inside of the email templates. It's best to start with a preloaded one so you can get the feel of things. Otherwise, if you load up a blank, it can feel a little overwhelming and hard to get started. So go ahead and click on email marketing templates, and you can preview a variety of templates here just by clicking on the different checkboxes here. You can even search for templates or by colors and such, and you have default and most recent as well. So what we're going to do though is we'll go ahead and scroll back up here. I'm going to choose the real estate, and I'm going to scroll down. Let's see, let's preview this one and take a look here. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this template. Now it's going to go ahead, it's going to build this template, and then it's going to load it inside of your profile to begin editing. Right off the bat, what you should do is give it a name. So for this, I'm just going to call it my test. And with that, I'm going to hit save template. It's good to save often and frequently. Now, if you ever build a template and let's say you make some changes and you don't quite like them and you want to come back and you wish you could undo them, you can to a point. So right up here, there's three dots. You click this, see version history, and then now you can see we're on this current version, and you can see where you can select a new one and restore to that version. So if this change was significant enough and you're like, I want to make sure I have this version, load this instead, you can do that. Now, when you load this for the first time, what I recommend doing is clicking on the different boxes and seeing what pops up over here so you can see what it's about. So this is a logo based, this is image based, this is text based, imaged, and we even have buttons here as well. So that's going to help you understand what you're looking at. And then when you go to create your own, you'll know what to look for so you can replicate that. If there's anything inside of here that you want to move, you can just click on this bar here and drag it along inside. Reposition it this way. If there's something you want to delete, if you hover over it, there's a little trash can in this list of items here. We can click that. If you want to change the color of something like a button, you can click on it. And then right down here, you can see the background color. Clearly it matches this. So we can click on this. We can select one of the default colors that are already here, or we can click add. You could use this, the slider, or the eyedropper, which is something I like to use. So let me try that, hit save. And then once you do select that, you just have to select the color you chose. Now, when it comes to text, if you want to modify the way the text looks, just click inside of the text box. You can select single words and change things about them. Your modifications are right at the top here. You can change the font types, the size, and yeah, proceed from there. Now, when it comes to something like this. So right here, this is what we would call a custom value. These are very important when you're building your templates as they're going to automatically pull in your contacts information and can even pull in your business information. So where this becomes important is, especially from the business aspect, is if you, let's say, change your phone number later on, or maybe your website changes or something, and you use these, then it's going to automatically change it. But if you manually type those out and put them in your templates, you're going to have to go back in every single template and manually update those. So definitely try to utilize these to the best of your ability. And show you how those work, you can click down in here, click on the custom values, and then let's say for contact, email, and then it just pops something right there. You can see it like that. So it's going to automatically pull in that contacts email and pop it in there inside of this. Now, if you want to add items in here, let's go over here, add elements. We'll click that. This brings up this menu of options to select from. So we have text, image, and a variety of other things, as well as layouts. And layouts let you place things in different variations. So if we take this one, the tier 2, and we move it right here, well, now we have 2 spots to place items. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to add text to this one, and we'll go ahead and add an image to the other side. And so now we have our split look here, and you can begin customizing your email templates that way. When it comes to the overall color of your template, go right up here to Appearance, click Template, and right here you can see the background color. Go ahead and click that, and just like we changed color previously, you can select one of these, or you can even use the eyedropper like we did before. And as you can see, we're starting to take shape. Our colors are starting to align maybe the way we want. And additionally, you can start modifying things even further to your liking. Now, to add a note to all of this, when it comes to adding images to your template, be cognizant that you are not loading it with a bunch of images with text on top of them, where the text might not also be inside or underneath or outside of the image. Now, the reason being is that email services such as Outlook or Gmail, when they receive emails, they will not automatically load those images. They will actually force the user to download them as a security measure. So if your email template is loaded with images with the text only in the image, they could potentially get an email that looks completely blank to them and they will move on. They won't even try to download them because it might feel a little suspicious to them. So something you're going to want to be aware of is when you're building your templates, have images, but also make sure you have text outside of them, especially if it's important for them to see. Now, one thing I would recommend as you build this out here is, so let's say we go ahead and we clean this up. We're just going to delete whole sections, right? And let's say we're starting with just this. Like, let's say you just made this, you got the colors you want. You're not necessarily going to want to create another text box and drag it in here because now it doesn't follow the same formatting. So what you're most likely going to want to do is use the duplicate and then just modify the contents inside of here. And then that way you're not reformatting every single box to match the previous one. So try to use this clone duplicate button as much as you can when it comes to things like that, especially for buttons as well. So maybe there's a button that goes to one type of URL, but you have it styled the way you want. Just duplicate it, come inside of here, and then change the link to whatever this button is supposed to navigate to. And then that way you're saving yourself time as you build these out. Once you do have your template the way you want, just be sure to hit Save Template and you will be ready to go. You'll be able to create email campaigns, include this in your automations, and then proceed from there. We'll go over adding these 2 email campaigns in a different video. This is more about how to use the email template builder, but let's go ahead and jump on over to email snippets. So right up here, we're going to go to Snippets. I already have a test lined up here, but let's go ahead and create a new snippet. Now there are text-based snippets, so if you have the phone services set up, you can actually use this right in text, but we're going to go with email for now. Now, what is an email snippet? It's basically an email template, but it's something you're going to utilize inside of your contact communication area. So if there's something you tend to send frequently on an independent basis, then you might want to build these templates out. And then that way you're not retyping the same thing over and over when you're responding to clients. So we'll go ahead and give this a name, and we'll give it a subject. And I'm going to leave a space there, and I'll show you what we're going to do here in a second. So down in the body, I'm going to click on the custom values and triggers. We're going to go to contact, first name, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it right here. And now we're going to say hello, and just like that, now we have an email snippet. If you want to do a test, you can do that directly right here. So I'm going to show you what it actually looks like inside of the contacts area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to the contacts area. I'm going to load a contact just by clicking on them, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I have my test contact open here, and there is no communication in here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on, I'm already on the email setting, so I'm going to click right here in this box, and we have our snippets section. So I'm going to click that, but I only see the test. So what can happen sometimes is when you make a snippet, the page might not have the newest one loaded, like it might have the old ones cached. So I wanted you to see this. You just reload the page by hitting refresh. And then we go back down here, go to snippets, and there it is. So I'm going to click that. You can see how it pops up just like this. And now I'm going to hit send message. If we click on the conversation or email we just sent, you can see where it says, hello there, Bill. It pulled in their first name, just like it did here. And now you can see how those custom values work. And that is how you use an email snippet. So that is essentially it. That is how you build email templates and snippets. Thank you for watching.